This is Michael Mastro. Welcome to Transformational Vedic Astrology. Today we're going to look at the chart for Robert Dinero, actor, Oscars for Raging Bull and Godfather Part 2, as well as many, many other movies. So born August 17th, 1943 in Brooklyn. So if you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Gemini rising at 22 degrees. 22 degrees becomes the most effective point of every house. Any planets that are close to it, within 5 degrees, like Venus, like Mercury, and then the nodes of Rahu and Ketu, have a lot of influence in the chart. So we're going to look at, in this Northern Indian style chart, each of these boxes has represents some aspect of our life. And wherever you see the Multikona signs, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11, those are the main areas that person came to work on to, learn lessons from these different areas of life. So what I mean by multikona signs is, for example, Venus rules Taurus and Libra, but it's closer. The multikona sign for Venus is Libra as opposed to Taurus. So we look, we give preference to the multikona signs in the chart. So the fourth sign of Cancer, ruled by Moon, second house. Second house, he's working on his wealth and fame, as well as continuation or the stability in the marital bond, marriage. Then you see Leo in the third house, ruled by Sun. So this house has to do with entrepreneurial success, success in performing arts, fine arts, healing arts, so performing arts, so acting and restaurants. He has a lot of restaurants. Also, second house has to do with food and restaurants. Then the sixth sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury in the fourth house. Fourth house is happiness through home life, working on his home life, balance of work and home life. And then the seventh sign of Libra, which we just mentioned, is in the fifth house. Fifth house has to do with entertainment, creativity, investments, investing in restaurants. So, and he's an actor. And then the seventh house, ruled by Sagittarius, has containing Sagittarius, the ninth sign, ruled by Jupiter. So this is all about partnerships and relationships and living abroad, comforts living abroad. Then we have the 11th sign of Aquarius, ruled by Saturn. This is the house of good fortune, religion, law, father. Then we have the first sign of Aries, ruled by Mars, in the 11th house, friends and income. So those are the main things he's working on. So now we'll look at the functional nature of the planets. So in a Gemini chart, there are no multikona signs in the challenging Dusthana houses 6, 8, or 12. So the only functional malefics are Rahu and Ketu. So there's the planetary nodes of the moon that can cause some issues from time to time. So let's look at each planet and what its influence is. So Sun is very weak at 0 degrees. It is in its own sign, gives it some strength, but it's basically in infancy. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees or more than 25 in old age cannot protect or promote its own significations. So this house has to do with entrepreneurial success and performing arts, acting. So, Sun also has to do with father. So father left when he was 2 years old. He didn't get much support from his father. And it is also conjunct Venus. So Venus gives it a little bit more strength. Venus is all about acting as well, performing arts. So a little bit of strength from Venus. Then we have Moon is at 21 degrees. It's close to the most effective point, very close. So it gets a lot of strength. It has a lot of power in the chart. However, it's placed in the house that's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is weak at 1 degree, less than 5 degrees again. So it has some weakness. It's ruling, so that weakness affects the marital bond and a little bit the wealth and fame. It gives him wealth and fame through performing for the public. So, and also, Moon has to do with hospitality, so that also would be good fortune to the restaurants as well. This is food, second house, food, restaurants. So then we look at, yeah, and he had multiple relationships. So the marital bond or the relationship were not strong. Stress in the relationships. Here we go with Mars. Mars is less than 5 degrees. That's at 3 degrees. It's ruling the house of income. So it gives income. And through passion, I would say, persistence and ambition, Mars is placed in the 12th house. So a lot of actors have things going on a little bit in the 12th and a little bit in the 8th because they have to separate themselves. 12th house represents separation from who they are to perform in the acting roles, as well as the 8th house has to do with that research into acting roles. So he's very much into researching his roles and doing, each detail correctly. Now, Mars in this house also gives rise to some addictions. He had some drug and abuse and aggressive tough guy roles he plays in all of his movies. He's a very private person, so separate, not doing a lot of interviews, but very passionate. So his passion gives him good credibility as an actor. Mercury's at 25 degrees, close to the most effective point, the rising sign degree, so it gives a lot of power. Mercury is the sign, the ruler of the sign, so all about business and communication, restaurants, and then the communication through the acting, and it's in this house of communications as well. So that, and then let's see, here's a perfectionist. Mercury makes you very critical, very perfectionist about his roles. Jupiter's at 17 degrees. It's fairly strong. It's placed in that second house, so again, Moon is weak because its landlord is weak. So Jupiter's landlord being Moon makes it a little bit weak. But it brings, it's ruling the house of partnership. So I remember, I always say, actors and politicians, this house is very important. All your relationships with your agent and other people get you those good roles that you want to play. So let's see. So basically, yeah, his fame comes through the relationships and wealth through partnerships. And all of his restaurants are partnerships. So Venus is at 27 degrees. It's in old age. It is conjunct Mercury, so giving some communication skills to his performing arts skills, his acting skills. Gives beautiful women in his relationship. Venus, his wife. Venus also represents prostrate, so that part of the body. Here in the 5th house. Let's see here. It's ruling the house of entertainment and investments, and conjunct Mercury. So this is the house of children. He used a surrogate for some of his children. Saturn is at 1 degrees, very weak, ruling the house of good fortune, placed in the first house of identity. So he has good self-confidence, good fortune through hard work. Saturn is about hard work and service and discipline to play these parts and research them, every detail. It can affect his health. Saturn is longevity, being weak, so he may not have full life. This is in the house of longevity as well. Rahu and Ketu. So they're close to the most effective points. So they afflict this house of death-like experiences or insights as well. And they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9 houses away. So afflicting the house of hospitalization, imprisonment. He was put in jail for attacking a paparazzi. And 6, 7, that affects the marital bond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, health. 6, 7, and conflict. And this is also divorce. 8, 9, career. So, Ketu gives the insights into the roles. Rahu gives the ambition for wealth and fame. So those are the main points. Let's look at the timing of events, because not everything happens all at once. In 1968, it's his first acting role. That's during a Venus subperiod, acting and hard work, Saturn. Marriage during a Saturn-Jupiter period. So Jupiter is relationships. Got his first Oscar in 1980 during a Mercury-Venus, again acting, and Mercury's represents happiness through acting. And then let's see here, got a divorce in 88 during a Rahu period, Rahu afflicting the marital bond. Got arrested during a K2 period, unexpected events, death-like experiences. Got a divorce during a K2 Saturn period. So again, unexpected events, death-like experiences, could be end of a relationship. Then he got prostate cancer in 2003 during a Venus period. Venus represents prostate. So those are the main events in his life. So thank you for listening. Again, my name is Michael Mastro. If you would like a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com, and or if you'd like to learn how to read charts, you can go to American Institute of Vastu and take the courses. You can actually become certified as well in transformation Vedic astrology. So what remedies would we do for this chart? We want to transform Rahu and Ketu. Ketu by giving to spiritual organizations, Ganesh chants or any kind of chants. Rahu, Shiva chants, and giving to those who cannot help themselves, donating to Alzheimer's and cancer research. Then you want to strengthen all the rest of the planets. You can use colors, orange for sun, green or a ruby, green or emerald for using the colors to strengthen Mercury, diamond or white to strengthen Venus, wearing white clothing for moon or pearl, blue sapphire or blue clothes for Saturn, blue bed sheets, Jupiter, yellow sapphire. Or you can wear a kavash, which is a locket containing the Devata yantra for all of these planets except for Rahu and Ketu, which is the most economical and powerful way to strengthen those planets that they're a little bit weak, which would help his health, his acting, his marital bond, etc. Again, thank you for listening.